Good morning. It's Friday, December 15th. We're doing an impromptu free preview because I just logged into our streaming software and it said, congratulations, we now are compatible with Instagram. So we decided to go live on Instagram and on Twitter with no notice. So if you're here, congratulations, you got that notice quickly because you're following us. So it's been an incredible week at Story Trading here. We've had spot on analysis and predictions, crystal ball predictions, especially with the FOMC and our bias going into FOMC, but importantly, our interpretation of FOMC of risk on. All right, we've been talking about it all week, especially TLT, your North Star. TLT is what you have to look at to know if risk is on. And we talked about early this week before FOMC. Watch out for TLT breaking above that 200 DMA at 95.69. If it does, risk assets are going to explode. All right, that's the prediction we gave you. And if you followed that, and if you saw, even if you didn't pay attention to the Fed meeting on Wednesday, but if you saw TLT go over that 200 DMA and you bought risk, oh my gosh. I mean, basically most risk assets up about 20%. 20% in 24 hours. It was ridiculous. And if you were in call options, most call options, if you pick the right ones, were up 100 to 300% in the span of 24 hours. Absolutely ridiculous, crazy move. And I got to say, I'm still bullish. I think this is going to be a long-term change, as an inflection point. There's an inflection point I've been waiting for a couple years. I talked about it yesterday. The idea is when markets are bad, you just want to preserve capital, tread water, preserve capital. Don't lose your money. So you're there and you can pounce when things turn around. And we're at that stage. Things have turned around. Risk is on. Micro caps are hot. They're going to be hot in 2024, I believe. Biotechs, growth companies, et cetera, et cetera. But nothing goes up in a straight line. This morning, we got some volatility here. We put it in our app. It was the Fed's here we go. Fed's Williams. We aren't really talking about rate cuts right now on CNBC. They're trying to cool things down a little bit because they saw the market getting too hot. They don't want the market to get too hot too fast because that can bring inflation back through the wealth effect. Okay, so they don't want that. They're trying to temper expectations. However, what we do over here, it's Story Trading. We look at stocks with multiple pillars, right? Sentiment, like the tailwind that we're talking about. We have sentiment, fundamentals, catalysts, and technicals, all right? So the tailwind of risk on, that goes into the sentiment category, okay? We're also, though, looking at technicals, catalyst, fundamentals. That's why look at these stocks. This week, man, we picked the best stocks. Unbelievable. Carvana at $40. We gave you a mid-50s price target when the thing was $40. What did it hit here? Hold on. It hit it much faster than I thought. It hit 54.35. Okay, in less than 24 hours, from $40 to 54 in 24. That was a swing target I gave you. Unbelievable on Carvana. INVZ from the low 220s. We gave you a target of 310. It's 297 here in pre-market. So, Air yesterday morning, we gave you a $28 to $30 target on Air yesterday morning. It opened the day at where did it open? 25. No, it opened the day at like 27. Look at this. So almost everything we gave you absolutely exploded. All right, let's see if we can do that again. Yesterday, going into the day today, there were three that I was holding overnight that I was really bullish on. It was Rivian, Chewy, and CRISPR. Okay, CRISPR, less confident. We don't really have a great catalyst. We'll talk about it in a second. But actually, let's reorder these. All right, let's go to Rivian, Chewy, and CRISPR first, since yesterday in the app, those were the top three I was talking about to hold overnight. So we're going to talk about those first, and then we'll get to these other catalysts. We'll get to the charts, and then we'll make like a top 5 focus list by 9:25 a.m. So Rivian we gave you because they had a deal with AT&T yesterday morning. So you got that catalyst. We had the risk on, and we also had, actually, at the time, did we have analyst upgrades? No, we were 24 hours ahead of the analyst upgrades. This morning, we get the analyst upgrades on Rivian. Okay, is it in here? Here we go. Gary Black. There was another one too. Okay, so Gary Black here sees Rivian delivering 54K vehicles this year. Says EV maker to turn gross margin positive by 2024. And you can take a look at this here. This is partially in response to the AT&T deal yesterday morning. You see it there, right? We gave it to you at 9 a.m. You get it 24 hours later if you're not a VIP member. And then there was also an upgrade this morning for Rivian. Where is it? I know I saw it. I know there was another upgrade besides Gary Black's bullish comments. Is it here? Let's see. No, I don't think it's here. But there was man, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Maybe it's in the, let me just see if it's in the story trading app. Maybe that's where it was. All right. Let's see if we can find it here on the story trading app. Let's go to Rivian. All right. Let's see. All right. There's that Gary Black story. I don't know why I can't find it now. I swear there was an upgrade this morning besides for Gary Black with a big price target. It's in here somewhere. If you guys see it, if you saw it, if you know about it on social media, put it in the chat so we can refer to it. But in any case, okay, Rivian was our idea going into today, and it still has momentum because of the analyst two. Okay, one I showed you from Gary Black, but also there was another analyst upgrade with a nice price target. In any case, the price targets we gave you yesterday, let's see if I can recreate it. It's in the chat. Let's see if I come up with the same thing over here. I think it was around 24, roughly 24 and 28. Okay. So let's zoom in. We're looking at the weekly chart here. No, not yet. I want to be looking at the weekly chart here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, right around here, 24. These are the two areas of resistance. Pretty plain to see. First of all, by the way, yesterday when we noted this, it was we moved over the 20-day moving average. Okay, over the 20 DMA, and then you have two areas of resistance right here. You see that in the 24 area, and then right here in the 2780 area, something like that, right? I was more precise about it yesterday. I put the actual numbers in the app, but roughly 24 and 28 are my swing targets for Rivian, all right? Now, it doesn't mean it's going to work today. These are swing targets, although, look, very often our swing targets hit in like 1 or 2 days, which is insane. All right, so Rivian in play. Chewy, we gave you this yesterday. Okay, so Chewy, I probably intend to sell it today. Let me tell you why I gave it to you. First of all, it's risk on. Okay, it's risk on, bouncing and moving up above the 20 DMA. But then Kramer teased yesterday afternoon, his like, oh, I can't wait for my interview with Chewy in the afternoon. Now, as I put in the app, I'm like, I normally don't care. I don't care about Kramer. I don't play Kramer. I don't play, where am I going? I don't play inverse Kramer. Okay. I don't play Kramer. I don't play inverse Kramer. But in this market, any catalyst can spark a technical move. Okay, it's risk on. People are looking for anything. So check it out here. Like I put in at 344. Kramer catalysts are usually garbage, but in this market, anything works. So I added Chewy right there and then. Okay, and we can see we're outperforming the market right now. Because we played that catalyst. We're not only looking at technicals, we're anticipating technical moves based on catalyst because the delta of information what causes a delta in price. We want to be ahead of the technical traders. And then also after hours last night, Chewy insider buy. So now we have multiple catalysts at play. Now, mind you, we also had news yesterday morning on Chewy that they want to open veterinarian clinics, I believe. Now, I don't love that news. You can see actually, I'm not surprised at the price action yesterday morning. It spiked up in the morning, right? Because retail, they get pumped about, oh, new business, new expansion is always good in retail's mind, all right? But that's lower margins than like selling stuff online, all right? So, and who knows what kind of capital investment that needs. So I'm not surprised it pulled back on that news, and I don't really have an expectation that we're going to go break 22.29. You can see that proximal high there. Now, anything's possible in this crazy market right now. Risk is on, but I was really just playing this for the overnight Kramer pump. Got a little lucky with an extra insider buy. So I even with that insider buy, I think I do plan on selling today. I did this via call option, so it should be a nice return. We're looking for 22.29 is going to be resistance, obviously. But even before then, I'm looking at these candles right here, right about there, which is 21.50. I think 21.50 is maybe even a better probably at 22.29 on good news. So 21.50 is the level I'll be looking at. And then if it happens to break 22.29, and you know what happens after that, if it breaks 22.29, I'll probably get back in. All right. Because you got a lot of room to the upside into that gap, 25 plus, if it breaks 22.29. All right. So that's Chewy. Man, what was 24, 28. Okay. Then I give you CRISPR last night. Now this is you know what? It was just like risk is on. The chart was turning up. Now it turns out there was a little catalyst, okay, on CRISPR. Yesterday morning, their drug, along with the competitor's drug from Blue, was accepted by a major national insurance company, covered by 100 million lives, is now covered. I don't know how much they're going to be, if they're paying the list price or not. It's like $3 million for the CRISPR drug. Their competitor, the Blue drug, is like $1.5 million. So, but in any case, a little bit of a catalyst, risk on. By the way, also, let's go to our macro view here. XBI, biotech index, has been exploding. So I'm trying to put a bunch of things together and give you like multiple pillars to say, hey, CRISPR may have a chance to get back towards this 20 DMA right here, which is 67.24. All right. Risk on, XBI hot, insurance coverage. It looked like it was trying to make a bottom pattern here yesterday. So this is on our list for a potential move towards 67 today. I will say I don't think it's the strongest stock. That was what I held overnight. But I think there's a couple others here that might be stronger. Intel, one of them. Also, Intel I held overnight. Intel, we gave you the alert on this during the day in our app, okay? It was something about, let me see if I can find it, actually. Let's see if we can find that Intel alert yesterday. And I got in right when I gave you this alert. Let's see. It was something about one of their chips performing better than NVIDIA. Can we find it? There it is. At 10:50 a.m. Intel says Guadi accelerator outperforms NVIDIA H100. Now, Intel had an investor day yesterday. A lot of AI stuff over there. So they're making a claim that some chip is better than NVIDIA. They had a potential catalyst yesterday with their investor day, but then also Bank of America this morning raises price target from $32 to $50. So we got multiple pillars at work here on Intel. You can see it's already bucking the market trend. This is a NASDAQ stock, QQQ, which is up 0.3% this morning, up 0.3%, and Intel is up 2%. So let's take a look at the chart. All right. Yesterday, we found resistance at 47.07. So that's definitely going to be your resistance level. Let me see what it was before 47.07. Okay, before 47.07, it was 45.34. It's comfortably above that. So I think we are going to be testing 47.07 today. All right. Now, it may not happen, but that's my prediction. That's why you got to diversify. Some of these predictions don't work, obviously, but 47.07. And if we break 47.07, then he can even go higher. 47.07. Maybe you can make it to 49.50, something like that. Now I'm talking a swing perspective, okay? Like into the next couple weeks, 49.50, 50, something like that is possible. But for now, I'm thinking we can retest yesterday's highs with all of the catalysts I just gave you. So 47.07, held that one overnight too. In retrospect, I probably should have. I forgot to tell you that I held it overnight. All right, but Rivian, Chewy, CRISPR, and Intel, I held overnight. And Snap, I've had for a while. Okay, so Snap again. Let's review this chart on Snap. I think it broke the resistance level we were telling you about. Let's go find where was that resistance level. Let's go to the weekly. All right, that resistance level we were talking about was right here. You see this? This candle right here, 1655. That's your support. Okay, now we are in sky blue territory, folks. I don't see anything above 1655 until you get to about 20. All right, so I'm holding this for a swing to 20 plus. That's a big move. That's a big percentage move. I'm in common shares and options on this. I think I forgot which strike I have, like about a month out, 17 strikes, something like that. So Snap could be making a move to 20 plus. Man, I really like Snap. And this morning performing. Okay, it did it. Let me see the close yesterday. Hold on. See how it closed. Yeah, holding its gains near the highs, near yesterday's highs. So doing okay. So Rivian, Chewy, I got to move Intel and Snap up above CRISPR. CRISPR is a little more speculative, I think, on those catalysts that I gave you. All right, now we get into some other ones, which I think are kind of going to be second tier for today, but we'll keep an eye on. All right, I think those are probably going to be the top five: Rivian, Chewy, Intel, Snap, and CRISPR. But there were some other little things. Amli lithium deposits, new data came out, increased by 400%. Again, why is Webull missing data? Story trading app in the newsfeed on the story trading app. You can take a look at that on Amli. Palantir, a little bit of a contract. I don't love it. I don't think it's big enough. It's like 115 million contract versus a $39 billion market cap. So that's not going to be at top of my list today. AMD, I believe they got an upgrade today. Here it is, 165 by Bank of America Securities. That's I'm going to move that up actually because we know the tailwinds of money rotating out of NVIDIA and into AMD. So we're going to move that up today. AMD has been super, super hot. Okay. And then what else we have? Iron with a little bit of crypto news on miners. Take a look at it. I don't know anything about Bitcoin mining. Acquire 8,380 new generation T21 miners. Okay, don't know anything about that. You can take a look at that. I do know that last time they had news like that, it did surge, but a lot of it's also going to be based on Bitcoin, which is down 1.5% today. All right, I forgot. Oh, you know what? It's 9:16. We also got to talk about solar sector in China. Maybe we'll find the top pick among those, okay? Because those sectors are hot this morning. All right, let's keep going. Air, man, did we absolutely nail Air yesterday? It's right around $30. Let's see. Our support now is 28.44. All right, what's the gap here? The gap was 29.36, 28.44. Both of those are levels that could be your support levels now. I don't want to see it below 28.44. But I want to go back to on. This prediction worked out perfectly, didn't it? We've been on this for 2 weeks saying that Air needs to go to 28.29 in order to catch up with this gap, right? Because Air went down because of the warning on silicon carbide that On Semi gave us, okay? And now On fully recovered. Air lagged. What an opportunity there. We were pounding the table every day on this the last couple of weeks. We did have a little yellow flag because it was taking too long. I was expecting, right? I was expecting that relative underperformance of Air to catch up much faster within a day or two, but it took like 3-4 days. So I started saying, hey, it's a yellow flag. So I actually did reduce my position by about 20 or 30%, but still had enough to really enjoy this catch-up play it did. It wasn't just, we covered this yesterday, it wasn't just the risk on play, but they did have a contract announcement yesterday morning, and that's what caused it to finally catch up. Now, on semis, all the way back to the 200 DMA. The 200 DMA for Air is $36. I don't think it's going to get there without news, although if the market, if IWM keeps flying the rest of the month, then I guess you can see Air at $36. But what would cause this to accelerate quickly? Keep your eye on the newsfeed. If they announce a contract win, yesterday was not a production order. Yesterday was a pilot order to test out their system. So less significant. Imagine, although yesterday morning, if you were on our show, you knew that it had a great sentiment impact. Fundamentally less significant, great for sentiment because it wasn't about silicon carbide. It was about their next generation product, which was gallium nitride. Okay. So there was a good sentiment aspect to that deal with gallium nitride. If they get like a big order, like, some of their big orders are 17, $20 million, whatever it is, $11 million, $7 million. If they get something like that for silicon carbide today, Monday, whatever it is, boom, this thing goes right to $36 in my opinion. So Air, one of my favorite companies ever, because made me a lot of money from $2.50. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have on our radar? Carvana. I told you Carvana hit our target. I guess I'll be watching this for pullbacks. Look at this. It went right to that area of the mid 50s. And I did tell you yesterday in 2024, wow, what a great area. Remember this show yesterday? So now you have resistance at $58. Okay. Pretty clearly. Double resistance. Wow. If you break $58, you're going, oh my gosh, this stock can go to $100 this year. Carvana can go to $100 in 2024. $58, the key level to watch. Okay. Maybe we should talk about supports. All right. Supports. Where do we want to get back in on this play if we miss that run up from 40 to 54? If you weren't a VIP at the time. Okay, let's see. $42 or so was the breakout level. It was 42.12. Okay, 42.12. We remember in real time, we told you when the Fed came and they were speaking, the stock was still, it was 2:25 p.m. The stock was still below 42.12, but I put out an alert. I'm like, this Fed data coming out today dramatically increases the chances of the trade idea here. And the trade idea was wait for a breakout at 42.12 and then mid 50s. That was a prediction we're giving you for like a week. All right, man, totally on top of it. Shoot, man, someone's got to make a lot of money on these predictions. All right. Okay. That worked out like such a beauty. So now, obviously, 42.55 is a major support level. I don't think we're going to be getting there to 40. Was it 42.55? No, what did I just say? 42.12. I'm sorry. 42.12. All right. I don't think we're getting 42.12. I think a good place to look is the high of the day on the previous day, which is 45.40. Even better, 45.61. In that range, if it approaches that range, I might pick some up. Are there other areas of support? Let's see. Maybe a bit higher. Oops. Oh. All right. Maybe 50. I don't know. Maybe a psychological level of 50 will be a support level, but this is worth maybe getting back into. It did get 54. It's already pulled back $4 because of the potential of 58, which I think it is going to test 58 cent point. And then we have to see if it breaks 58. So this might be worth it to try to get back in. INVZ from 220, give you a $3.10 target. Wow. Pretty much there. All right. Well, we gave you two targets, actually. 295. It touched the 50 DMA yesterday, but there is another target in here, which you can see there it is, the gap fill. The gap fill right there at $3.10. Okay. But man, this is getting close enough. I've been reducing on the way up, and $3.10. I might keep some longer term because we told you the catalyst on this and the fundamental inflection that major analysts think are coming, including JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citron. All right, they think they're going to be taking business away from Laser, LAZR. There's a LiDAR company, INVZ. So it might be worth it to keep some of this long term. If you break 310, boom, but nothing goes up in a straight line. It's 9:22 a.m. I don't even know how can we get to solar in China. Lantheus, I just want to let you know, Lantheus had an upgrade. I like this one. I told you about this, I believe, a couple weeks ago. I'm holding this long term. Look at that. It broke the 200 DMA yesterday. Broke the 200 DMA. Oh, beautiful. We're into the gap now, aren't we? Wow. All right. Next target's on Lantheus. Let's see. It broke that one. We're into the gap. Whoa. Next target, 81.73 on Lantheus. Again, upgrade this morning. I may have to move this into the top of the list. Strong buy right there. All right. $125 price target. So I gave you that gap. Oh, wow. All right. We're moving Lantheus up. We are moving Lantheus up to the top. All right. Whew. Costco had earnings. Okay. Got too much other stuff to worry about. I own this long term in my retirement account. Great company. Okay, enough said there. So let's look at these. What's at the top of our list, and we'll quickly talk about solar in China. So Lantheus, Rivian, Chewy, Intel, Snap, AMD, CRISPR. All right, those are at the top. We'll try to reorder it in a second. Let's go to solar. Solar's up 2.5% here with the TAN ETF. They got it was at First Solar. They got a huge upgrade this morning. Let's see, what was that number? Initiated a buy by Jeffries. It's in here somewhere, man. It was like 100. Here it is, $211. Price target announced at 211. All right, up 3.5% to 163 in pre-market. Man, this Enphase has just exploded. Remember, like last month, we're waiting for this to break like 100, and boom, in like 24 hours, goes up from like 100 to 120. Crazy. All right, but in any case, so TAN solar stocks, obviously with lower interest rate, they're expecting higher demand. I just want to see, like, I don't want to chase these. I was looking at this morning. What's a laggard here? I think the laggard that's gone up the least yesterday and this morning is Shoals, SHLS. Okay, and it's over the 50 DMA, so it's risk on over the 50 DMA. You see the target? I see it right there at 1846, swing target, maybe 1777 first and then 1846. So SHLS. I'm going to make that. In fact, you know what? I got to do this. I got to put it on the other list. I got to put it on the top picks list. We'll see if we can do some reordering on that. We're having a fun show today, aren't we? All right, 924. I see this free preview is kind of working. A bunch of people coming in. Love Lantheus. Thank you, Vince. I love Lantheus also. Here, Vince is awesome. We love Vince. He's a great technical trader. And I love it when we see eye to eye. All right, his mostly technicals. I'm looking at the catalyst and sentiment. And when things align, man, that's a bullish sign. All right, so Lantheus. Okay, what else? China. There was some overnight economic data. Overnight economic data for China, which was looked bullish. You know, actually, did I put the numbers in the chat room on China this morning? I think I did. And let's see where it is. All right, let's scroll down. I think it was 4 a.m. Let's see. There we go. 4:33 a.m. No, that was 10:02 last night. And then 4:33 a.m. was Rivian. All right, 10:02. BABA may be implied, but really China stocks. Actually, BABA's been losing market share, I think, to Pinduoduo, PDD. But in any case, China's value-added industrial output and important economic, and it went up 6.6% year on year. Now, here's the thing. All right, when you have a strong sentiment tailwind with lower interest rates, all right, it doesn't necessarily quite matter what the expectation was. I don't have that data here. I didn't have time to research it, right? Because what was the expectations? Maybe it was 6.7%, maybe it was 8%, maybe it came in under, maybe it was 4% and it blew it out. But you know what? It doesn't matter. When you're in such a risk up 6.6%, you're just going to get China stocks going up. All right. I know some fundamentalists may think I'm crazy, but that's how the market works. Mostly it works on sentiment more than anything else. But in any case, so you can see here the China list, Yin, which is 3-time levered China ETF, up 1.7% this morning, which means China's up about 0.5%, right? So some of the China stocks here, we have a list here: NEO, PDD, JD. I think you know what, NEO intrigues me a little bit. Because it's over the 50 DMA, and I saw someone who I respect on social media put a chart up with his own technical interpretation, which I didn't really have time to research, but it's like, this looks like it's, a breakout is imminent for NEO possibly. So that's a play. It's not, I don't have high conviction in this, but let's just put it there so we can monitor it. And if you like NEO, you know what? It's a risk on environment. So pretty much anything will work right now. Okay, with a catalyst and with a technical breakout. Now, I got to go to, it's 9:27. I got to end the show so I can do some trades over here in the morning. What are we going to do? How are we going to order these over here? All right. We got Rivian and Chewy. Whoops. Yeah, Chewy. Vince likes Lantheus, so I like it. I like Intel. Shoals looks nice. And then, yeah, okay, Snap and AMD and CRISPR are going to put a little bit lower. So, and then NEO. All right. And actually, I'm going to put CRISPR. I have, just because I have options, I have some lottos in CRISPR today. So this is more hope talking for me. I got some $65 call options about for like 20 cents yesterday. So a little bit of a lotto there on CRISPR. But in any case, it's 9:28 a.m. We got to get going. Listen, guys, if you want to be here every single morning, download our app right now. When you get a chance today, you can download it at storytrading.com/app. You can download it for free, and then you can see our show every single morning. You can also get a free trial. You get a free trial through our app, and you can see this show every single morning, and we'll give you ideas that can help you buck the market trend and outperform as we've been doing and we've been showing you here in the last few weeks. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Take care. Good luck.